What is happening, everybody? Good evening on this wonderful Sunday. I'm your host, Mike, here from Sacred Wars of Shadows Majesty. In case you're wondering, well, actually, I'm just here with a certain someone. I'm not going to say who. So, what? Yeah, she's actually a special guest. Here with my goofy niece, of course. But she's over there being goofy as well. What? Where did you go? She's just making goofy face. Yeah, Shaddy's got it all. But anyway, now we could. Sorry. Anyway, so tonight I'm gonna be going to seeing the movie NOSFERATU. You will obey the master to come to life. I guess that's how it goes. I don't know. I just saw a little tease of it, but it said no spoilers. No spoilers, so I don't want to look at that again. But anyway, speaking of spoilers, I mean, I don't care. I mean, that's how it goes. So that's the one thing I don't like is spoilers. But I heard the voice, but it sounds creepy as hell. So we're just gonna go and see it from right there. Okay, so this is the one thing I know that I think is Bill Skarsgård is actually. I don't know if there's a rumor, and I don't know how true this is, and this better not be true. But they're saying that the movie sucks. So I'm like, okay, I've been a huge horror fanatic for many years since I was a kid, and I should know the difference between the first NOSFERATU from 1922 and then the remake they did before the 1980s came. Now with this particular one, I seen the trailer, Lily Rose Depp, awesome by the way, on the trailer. Come to me, boom, right there, surprisingly. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta see Willem Dafoe, because he did the Shadow of the Vampire. He was good. I thought he was gonna be the NOSFERATU character for a second, but I guess not.
I've seen the movie. It's pretty good.
But like that person says, it's good. But also, I had to pick. I mean, the silent movie is really good. Don't get me wrong, with Max Shrek and everything. And the other one, the remake, it was pretty good. But this one, that like they said, it's supposed to be more intense and much scarier. So we just got to see what happens in a little while. So stay tuned for the results, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. So from Sacred Roots of Shadows Majesty, I'm Mike here. We'll see you in a little bit. Peace and yeet. All right, you guys. So we got the end results already. I'm sorry for the delay. This is now Monday. When I was taking that, it was Sunday night, actually. As you saw in the video, and you heard the voice too, she gave her opinion, how the movie was, because she saw it first. I went. This was an early birthday present, by the way, and my sister took me to go see NOSFERATU. Me and her, it was both for our birthdays. I gotta give you my result, and I gotta give you my opinion también y todo. Robert Eggers actually directed one of the best, and I gotta say, one of the best NOSFERATU films in history. And I'm gonna tell you why. Since he was inspired by F.W. Murnau's NOSFERATU, 1922 silent film. This is like after the Spanish flu and all that we're recovering and everything. The adaptation to it, fantastic. The sceneries, the horses, and I saw in the trailer of the carriage and stuff. I gotta tell you, absolutely incredible experience I probably have ever seen in any horror movie in my life. And being a horror movie fanatic since I was a kid, I've seen other vampire movies. Yeah, Dracula with Bela Lugosi. Don't get me wrong, that one was really good. But the first movie before NOSFERATU came out was called Vampire de Nacht, which means Vampire of the Night, or La Vampiro de la Noche. todos los que hay aquí en Alemania también. No asustamos. Didn't scare me as well. But I'll tell you this in the film, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion. And I want you guys to hear from me since I've seen the movie here somewhere in this. And you have Lily Rose Depp as well. I got to say, Lily Rose Depp, shout outs to her. I'm a fantastic actress. Fantastic job. She pulled off. She's actually Johnny Depp's daughter, by the way. And she did a fantastic job. You know, her acting was, it's worse. You can't even describe how Robert Eggers actually put the whole entire storyline, not just storyline, but the whole entire part on what exactly how the movie and how everything happened in that point of view. Bill Skarsgård, I gotta be honest with you, I mean, the voice, oh my God, like, I gotta tell you, the voice too, and I wasn't alone that watched this, my sister went too, and I had somebody that went on the movie day with us as well, and she heard the entire thing, and I hope she didn't get scared. If you did, I do apologize. I mean, like I said, this is one of the scariest, I mean, for me, I didn't care how scary it was, I didn't give a shit, because like I said, I grew up watching this as I was a kid. That was my first horror film, by the way, when I was a kid. NOSFERATU 1922, after Murnau actually directed it as one of the Symphony of Horrors. This one is accurate. And there's an interview that Eggers was talking about. And he said in his interview that the first horror film he watched, if I'm correct on this, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, by the way. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the film that he first watched, 1922, Frederick William Murnau's silent movie, Symphony of Horrors, 1922's Nosferatu. And he said he did a play, or they did some kind of acting thing on stage play or something, like a dramatic role kind of like, and how he put it out and all that. I said he actually said he had it in production 10 years ago, but luckily now, within 8 years later, I know when I first heard he was going to start production on it, and the actors he had, if I'm not mistaken, that guy that was playing as the doctor, and I couldn't figure it out in the movie until I heard it and had to hear it by ear, so knowing who the characters were. It sounded like Alan Rickman, who played as Professor Snape. And it sounded like him. He's like, please do remember how... I forgot how it goes, but he has a deep voice, but it's really awesome if you can think about that. Yeah, okay, of course, he played Professor Snape, but I mean, hey, he's a hell of a great actor. You gotta admit, he's a hell of a great actor. And Willem Dafoe, and I gotta tell you, Willem Dafoe, greatest actor as well, legend. And let me tell you guys, Willem Dafoe was featured in, if you guys have not seen it, I recommend this as well, and everybody can recommend this. The movie was called The Shadow of the Vampire, and it's about the filming of Nosferatu in the 1920s. It was after the Spanish flu and everything was starting to go back to normal. Like, we're going, like, similar to what we're having 100 years back, but whatever. His part about the Max Schreck character and how it's explaining if he was really a vampire and all that. But when Willem Dafoe actually was doing the acting, and the voice was like, wow, like how he played it off. Sometimes I feed erratically. I told you. Sometimes. And I love how his voice sounds, like how he deepens it out and sounds more scarier in a way, because I know how to do it pretty well. In that part, people thought that Max Schreck was actually a vampire. For me, maybe, because that's 100 years ago. But who knows what if Max Shrek was. But Willem Dafoe did a good job on that, along with John Malkovich as well in The Shadow of the Vampire. But with this one, with Willem Dafoe, Bill Skarsgård, if I said his name right, if I didn't, I do apologize. Lily Rose Depp, and I think it was Alan Rickman that was featured in the film. There's no words how the incredible lineup is, but the story, but in the movie, it explains very clearly. And I gotta say this, I'm not saying that the silent film was not the best one. It still is to this day. It still is, and it will still be the best day as always. The movie that came out in the remake, and I think it was before the 1980s. I forgot who directed that. My point of view, I thought it was good. Don't get me wrong, I thought it was good. And then about 30 years later or 20 years later, Shadow of the Vampire came out. And from what I noticed, yeah, I mean, they're trying to do the remake on it, but I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. The Nosferatu remake, that had the voice and everything. I mean, with Klaus Kinski, by the way, or Klinsky, if I said his name right. I love the voice, how he did it. Jonathan Harker, I've been expecting you. Please, the night is old and you must be tired and hungry. I love that part because how it's very eerie. But with Bill Skarsgård, oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell you, fantastic actor ever, and I can have somebody else confirm it. But I mean, I'm a fan of Bill Skarsgård. I mean, he's a good actor. I mean, Robert Eggers actually made the right choice by adding him in to the film. And I'm really glad. If they would have chosen a different actor, he would have failed it. But no, with this, I love the part where it goes, and you will obey me. And you will obey me. Like I like the voice of it. It's where he added the attitude to the character. And I love that. And that made it more of a creepier part. I'll be honest with you, I had a few jump scares, but I'm not going to lie, because it said it was one of the scares, and it is. It is, ladies and gentlemen, still one of the best ones. The best part I love about the movie, and how they faded out the character, they'll show Thomas's face, the character's face, you know. But you just hear the voice. You don't know exactly what the character looked like before. You can see a little bit, like just a glimpse of it. And I saw part of his face that they did to Bill Skarsgård. And how the hands, like showing all the veins and stuff right here, and the long nails, the pale skin. I was like, oh my gosh. There's no freaking way they did all that makeup, where I can tell they actually nailed it. And how they made it more scarier as well. I mean, they added more to it, don't get me wrong. I mean, they added more to that. His part was, when I saw it, yeah, I noticed he had a mustache, but hey, it looks better, it looks creepier. But in the tomb part where Thomas opens, if I'm getting the character correctly, if I do, I apologize. Thomas, the character himself, opens up the tomb, the cover of the coffin, and he sees Count Orlok, and how the jump scare goes like that. I thought that was cool, because he was going to try to kill. I was like, kill the son of a bitch, but he didn't do it, so he wasn't able to. And I thought it was like, well, you know, it's like, from there, I'm pretty sure everybody in the theater are freaking out. And my sister and I, my date, I had a friend, a girl as well. We're just laughing, and I had a jump scare. She laughed at me, and she got scared too. So we all of us did. And I was like, okay, we did. And I was like, that's the scariest part. I mean, out of the horror movies I've seen before. So, but it is very, very, very good. And his lovely throats, of course. The ending was fantastic. The whole story about it, like, it adds that feel. And it makes it more adventurous. But anyway, another point, you know, when they showed a clip of Emma, it was fantastic. I mean, it's amazing. And like I said, when you see this video will be uploaded. But like I said, I recommend everybody to go see Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. Or something. Nosferatu. You will obey me as my lord. Just keep that in mind. And it's creepy as well because, I mean, the pale faces, there was a lot of hot chicks on there. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it was good. Especially the one that they were carrying on the horse that was in the scene. I was like, oh yeah. And you know how it is. That's how I am as well. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this vlog actually helps you to see what the movie's all about. In the meantime, we're about to do a vlog next Sunday as well. We had a bit of a change in the special guest, by the way. She's not going to be able to make it from California. It was due to situations which I'm not going to reveal. But she knows who she is. I want to say we love you from all of us from Sacred Roots of Shadow's Majesty. I know you you wanted to be here. I know you do. But we'll figure something out. I promise. We'll figure something out. But I appreciate you making the sacrifice to try to do everything you can. And that really means a lot, not just for everybody, but for me, mostly for my birthday. Shoutouts to Nightmare Queen Gaming, shoutouts to Nightmare Rachel Gaming Channel, shoutouts to Savage Black Widow YT, shoutouts to Viking Alpha Wolf, Noble Bloodline Studios Productions, GMS Tech Studios, the Mad Dragon Souls. I think he's got a new name, by the way, I don't remember. Shoutouts to Lamar as well. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the live streams, and I'll be seeing you on my birthday vlog. So take care. Let me know and leave a like and subscribe. Make sure turn notification bells on. I'll see you guys in the vlog on my birthday. You guys take care. Stay legit. And also, yeet! Deuces.